Hello my friends, today is day 7 of my coconut water fast, and I want to talk about some things that I've observed and I've experienced over the past 7 days. The first thing I want to talk about is the 2 knife opening methods, really quickly here. At the beginning, I always used the serrated knife. I thought this was too messy and too much work doing all the chopping. I just preferred the clean method of the clean cutting. But now, as the days go on, I'm preferring this much more. I've opened all these coconuts with this method, and that's just because it requires a lot less effort. Like as you see here, it's unopened coconut, and this just requires chop, 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 and coconut's open. So it's super easy. That took 2 seconds to do. And this is just, you gotta get down and you gotta actually apply effort, and yeah, so this requires a lot more effort. It's a little cleaner though, it doesn't make as much of a mess. This makes a little bit more of a mess, but it's effortless. Other things, my sense of smell is heightened. For sure, I'm smelling scents that I didn't really used to pick up before. I'm tasting things in the coconuts I've never tasted before. Like they all have their own little unique flavor. I have a lot of mental energy and mental clarity for sure. I have endurance and stamina. I can go all day, I can stay up a lot later at night, and I can wake up a lot earlier in the morning. And I think that's because I'm not doing as much physical exercise. I am doing some cardio, like I'm going for some runs. I got a 5K race tonight, but I don't feel as strong. Like I don't feel as like I could lift a whole bunch of weights or push some heavy weights. But I can for sure run long distances, walk long distances, of course. But yeah, and I can go all day, wake up super early, go to bed super late at night. So endurance is there, stamina is there. It's just the strength seems to be down. And again, I think that's because I'm consuming less calories on this coconut water fast than I would with all these bananas and dates that I normally eat. So that's that. Another thing is, yeah, my eliminations have become less and less, which is awesome. The first few days I was going number 2 like 20-30 times in a day, no joke. Like just sitting down, water rushing out, going back like 15-20 minutes later doing the same thing. It was like crazy elimination the first few days, and now it's down to maybe 10 times a day, which is great. And yesterday I did something which I really enjoyed, which I'm going to do again today, and that is not consume my first bit of coconut until after 12 o'clock. So wake up at 7 a.m., go all the way to noon with ease. It's not like something I have to hold myself back from. It's just I really don't feel like anything in the morning, and it's awesome because I don't need to spend any time on the toilet first thing in the morning. It gives my body a nice big rest. And so yeah, those 2 things. I have lost about 3 pounds since I started. So in 7 days, lost 3 pounds. And my friend brought it up to me yesterday, an interesting point. He was saying how he's surprised I haven't lost more weight, and he thinks that's because of all the sodium in the coconut, and that's helping retain all his water weight. It's a possibility, I'm not sure, but they are pretty high in sodium. So, and sodium does retain some water. So possibly, yeah, I'm just holding on to some water weight. That's why I haven't lost more. And maybe once I break the fast, I'll go back onto lower sodium fruits. Perhaps I'll lose a lot more water weight right away. So we'll see. I'm not doing this to lose weight, so I don't really care about that. It's just nice to observe that, and interesting for me to see what goes on in my body and how my body reacts to this sort of liquid diet. So definitely the best way of getting these coconuts into these small jars without making any mess is to first put them in the Blendtec, and then you can pour them a lot nicer into the jars here. So it's about 3 coconuts per jar. I just put 2 in, and I got 3/4 of a jar. So that's that. And another little thing I've noticed is that coconuts taste a lot better when they're room temperature. When they're really cold, they're not very sweet. They don't taste very sweet, and they're just not enjoyable. They make you really cold if you drink them cold. So something I've been doing too, which is awesome, is making some hot water, putting some hot water on the stove, making sure it doesn't boil because you don't want to cook your water. Just kidding, you can do whatever you want, but I've just been bringing the water to a hot temperature and then adding a little bit of coconut water to it, and the subtle sweetness that the coconut adds to the water is so nice, and it's super warm, and it's awesome for the cold October days here in Vancouver. And yesterday on day 6, what I found myself doing was, instead of preparing all these coconuts ahead of time, like I'm doing now, is yesterday throughout the day, I was home all day pretty much, so every time I wanted a coconut, I would just open it right then and there. And what I found was that there was a few coconuts that just tasted like absolute water, like there was no sweetness really, and there were some coconuts that weren't even like drinkable, like it actually tasted kind of off, so I just threw those out. But with this method, I'm not tasting each individual coconut, I'm just mixing them all together, so I can't really guarantee that I'm getting only the best coconuts in these, but for the most part I can tell if the water is going to be super pink, I might not add them, I might just throw them out, because all the pink coconuts, there's not much sweetness to them, and I don't really want to dilute the really sweet sugary coconut water with some not as sweet coconut water. But the color does look nice in the pink ones. If you add it, it turns a nice pink tinge. It's pretty, but it doesn't taste as sweet. So I want to go for that sweetness. Oh yeah, I've been brushing my teeth at night with just water, and last night and the night before I added some baking soda to my mouth. I was going to add it on the toothbrush, but it just fall over the place. So I just got a little bit of baking soda, dropped it into my mouth, and then just brushed with water, and it tasted quite nice. Part of me wanted to actually like swallow it. It tasted so nice. I was just swishing around in my mouth after and brushing my teeth with it, and I really liked how it made my mouth feel. I know you're not supposed to do too much of it because it can wreck your enamel, but it's supposed to be good for whitening. And not that I really need whitening right now because I'm not staining my teeth with anything, but just figure it's a good time to clean my teeth from cleaning the rest of my body as well. So again, if you have any experience with baking soda, brushing your teeth with that, post in the comments down below and let me know what you've learned. Oh, and something that's really been fascinating me, I've never really experienced this before, and that is, I'm not craving food. Like I'm not craving coconut meat, or I'm not craving apples or grapes or dates or bananas or whatever, but whenever I'm around them and I'm looking at them, I'm very tempted by them. Like there's something in me that really just wants to reach out and grab them and peel them and open them or eat them. I guess that's just that innate frugivousness in me, wanting to eat the high-calorie foods, the high-calorie fruits, and just thinking about them, and just talking about them now, I can feel my stomach growling, like preparing, making room for them, as if I'm actually about to eat them. But yeah, so I'm not craving food, I'm not hungry at all. It's just when I'm around those foods and I smell the foods, they're very tempting. Like it's so easy just to be like, oh, it's just a little longan, I can open that and eat that, or it's just a grape, I can have that, just a banana, I'll have that. Just a little bit of coconut meat, I'll have that, but no, I'm not going to have anything until I'm going to come off this, because I really want to do this pure, I really want to do this right, and see what happens. I've come 7 days now, I don't want to ruin anything, but I am definitely going to go by feel. I'm going to break the fast whenever I feel like it. I think I think the longer I go on too, the more in tune I'll be with my body. But right now I'm feeling great on these coconuts. I might go on for another week, another 2 weeks, we'll see. 21 days on coconuts would be pretty kick-ass. But like I said, I've got to go by feel and just listen to what my body wants. But I think it's a good time of year to do this, October right now. It's the off season for triathlon. And I can just give my body that time to heal and prepare itself for the long season ahead. I think I'm going to start training seriously in December, January, and so this time it's just time for healing. off to go train some clients and finish off preparing these coconuts for the day. And I'm going to be racing a 5K race tonight too, so I'll let you guys know how that is. I'm not going to be racing it competitively. I'm just going to see how fast I can go myself. It'd be cool to run under 18 minutes for the 5K on my 7th day of coconut, but who knows? We'll see how the body goes. It's going to be late at night, so my body's going to be full of liquid. It's not going to be super light. I weighed myself last night before I went to bed, and I got up to like 148, 149 pounds. So 150 pounds basically by the time I go to bed, and when I wake up I'm 137. So that's pretty crazy, right? But anyways, I'm out. If you guys have any questions or comments about this coconut water fast, please let me know. And also check out my daily updates on fruitliving.com under the news and updates section. You can click on the coconut cleanse diary and read all my latest up-to-date observations and insights and experience with this cleanse. So anyways, ciao!